In Seattle, scientists have been working on cell therapies that have the potential to transform how we can treat certain blood cancers. And these are among over 500 emerging medicines for all kinds of blood disorders, from hemophilia to lymphoma.
We take a look at the unmet medical needs in the communities, and we think about the strategies to address those unmet needs.
And one thing is certain.
We absolutely need more therapies for blood disorders.
Hi, I'm Nyla Boodoo. Welcome back to Axios House, where we're at our last day of events here in Dubai for COP28. We've had some amazing conversations, and some of the highlights include former US Vice President Al Gore in conversation with my colleague Andrew Friedman. Al Gore gave us a real reality check on how he thinks these climate talks are going.
The industry's way more skilled at capturing politicians than capturing emissions.
There are no words to describe what it feels like to have the opportunity to do it all over again. It's almost like, jumping in a lake, a really cold lake, and it's that shock and that thrill. And so to be back every day, walking down that hallway, starting the screens back up, making sure my EQs are ready, looking out on the stage at the thrill smiles of the audience as they watch my castmates, that's priceless. That's something that I could never try to put in words.
I think that an important thing that came from it for me and for a lot of people was realizing that just because the work is gone doesn't mean you're not an artist, and that because there's still plenty of people that are also not working right now still, but that it doesn't make you less of an artist.
If nothing else, I hope that once people re-enter a Broadway theater again, I hope they realize how essential this is. We heard that word a lot in this time, and it was reserved, rightfully so, for essential workers, people who needed to be lifted up as heroes in that time. But as things sort of level off, hopefully, fingers crossed, I hope that people come to the theater and go, you know what, this is essential too. There is something about this that fulfills my basic humanity in a way that feeds my spirit.
Moving and talking and singing, oh God, ah, oh God.
The reward is that, you get all of these efficiencies and opportunities out of AI. But then one of the big risks is that people sort of ignore the wave of AI that is coming. While it's absolutely true that AI will end up replacing some jobs, maybe some whole categories of jobs, the much more common risk for most people is going to be, if you don't think about how your job could be done better with AI, if you don't think about how your company could take advantage of AI, then you are at risk of being replaced by someone else who is doing that. I don't think we're going to see a situation of mass unemployment, but of course, the way to ensure that we don't see that is to have very active government regulators and researchers thinking about these issues, waving red flags, and then coming up with a plan to avoid it.
The history of our country proves that new inventions create thousands of jobs for everyone they displace.
The work of community finance expands across the nation. 154,000 households have benefited from the units that we have financed, and over 177,000 jobs have been created since 2007.
And Capital One believes that affordable housing isn't just about buildings. It's about what's within those four walls.
We are also thinking about broadband connectivity, financial well-being, and health and housing. Thinking about how we can continue to improve the operational performance and sustainability of properties, what additional green elements can be added.
Fast forward to 2020. Amid the pandemic, people were looking for sports they could do in their neighborhoods, and pickleball started catching on in local cul-de-sacs and backyards. The sport particularly caught on among baby boomers, who found it easier on the knees and reflexes than tennis, but just as much fun and just as good a workout. Nowadays, cities across the country are building pickleball courts as fast as they can, while real estate developers and luxury resorts advertise pickleball as an amenity.